Hey, welcome back. I'm Omar Martin, along with my beautiful wife,
Melinda Martin.
And in this video, we're going to start building our membership site. And we're going to begin at the beginning by installing WordPress. We're going to be building our site at a domain that we already have. It's called Internet Selling for Newbies. This is actually a website that, a membership site that we launched a very, very long time ago. It was our first really successful membership site, actually. It was the first website that we launched, I want to say, well, it was in 2008. So at the time that we were recording this, the original website was 8 years ago.
Correct.
And this was the website that kind of really kicked things into high gear for us, because it was the website that put our business at $30,000 a month income because of the recurring continuity. It put 6 figures in our bank account when we launched it. I mean, this is the website that made me realize, wow, I should be doing membership sites a long time ago. But at the time that we're recording this video, the website is old. We've taken it offline. As you can see, we've put this kind of coming soon. We're updating our site kind of thing, because it was just the information on it. It was just old, outdated information. It's a whole new internet now. So what we're going to do is build a new membership site and relaunch it sometime this year. And we figured, what a great opportunity to demonstrate how we install a membership site and how we set it up. Let's go ahead and use Internet Selling for Newbies. Now, in order to do that, we plan to install the new site at a /new. So we're going to go into this folder here where it says new. As you can see, there's nothing there right now. So we're going to begin by logging into cPanel, and that's where we install WordPress. So you might already know that part, but there's a couple of little important things that we're going to mention along the way here. So I suggest that you follow along here. I'm going to log into the cPanel. I've already got it stored. My password here is already stored. I use one password here to store my login details for websites and stuff like that. And apparently this is taking a minute here. And now I'm getting this spinning wheel of death for whatever reason. There it goes. Finally logged me in. Okay, so I'm going to scroll right down to the bottom of my cPanel. I'm going to go to this little WordPress thing. It's a Softaculous apps installer. And I am just going to go ahead and install WordPress. I'm going to click the install button, and there's a couple things that we need to know here. So choose the domain. That's obviously the domain that we want to put it in. The directory. This is important because this is what's going to tell it what folder, and we want to choose new. So it's going to be at internetsellingfornewbies.com/new. Okay, so that's very important. The site name, I'm going to call it Internet Selling for Newbies, and I'm going to go ahead and call it 2016. And the site description, this is going to be the what can we describe this site? The awesomest A to Z course for newbies, for newbie marketers. Okay, so that's just a cool little thing. I'm not going to enable multi-site. Now, here is definitely something that I'm going to recommend. I'm going to recommend that you remove the admin username. Having an admin as a username is probably one of the most dangerous things that you could do, because it's a very common username, because by default it's the one that Softaculous and cPanel always puts in there. So it's one that all of those hackers like to target and try to figure out the passwords for whatever admin account is on the site. So I always change that. So I'm going to go ahead and make the admin account is going to be Omar Martin. And for a password, I've got to create one here, and I think it's gonna make me. I can select one like this, and I'll have to block this out later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a password like that, and I'm going to now save that in a little document here, just so that I don't forget it. Actually, all I did is copied it, so I have it copied, and now we're good.
I don't think you copied all of it.
Yeah, I did. I copied it all. So I have it copied, and now what I want to do is the admin email. We can leave this like this for now. That's fine. The language is going to be English. Now, you can set up the limit login attempts thing. I'm going to go ahead and, I mean, this is a plugin. It'll be automatically installed on your website, and it limits the amount of times that people can log into the website before it makes them go and wait 30 minutes before logging in. So I'm just going to leave that alone. Now, under advanced options here, this is something that I'm going to recommend you do. Okay. Now, you can name your database, okay? And by naming your database, if you ever have to uninstall later, you can go ahead and you can go and delete it. But with Softaculous, we can manually delete our website, so we can, it's not as troublesome as you might think. But you can name this something, that you would remember. So this might be, I can name this ISFN. I'll use all lowercase, ISFN 2016. So I'll just leave that like that. Now, automated backups. It's not letting me. It can't be greater than 7 letters. So I guess I can't use numbers. Is that what it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I used, okay, so we'll just call it there we go, ISFN 16. So over here with automated backups, I'm going to select don't back up, okay? And the reason I do that is because whenever there is a backup, there's an update that WordPress recommends that you do, I want to be given some time to, I want to give it a few days before I do that, that update. So I don't want to, actually, this is actually backups. This isn't updates. I thought this was auto updates. Automated backups. Softaculous will take an automated backups versus okay, so this is fine. You could do these backups or you could not back them up. This is fine. I thought this was actually a setting for updates, and I would recommend that you don't have updates enabled, but there's actually a config file line that we would have to do to disable updates. So don't worry about that. We are pretty much done here. And the next thing that we could do is click install. I am going to, however, type my email address here, omar@higherlevelstrategies.com, so that I get a notification of that installation. Okay, so I'm going to click install, and you'll see how it just starts doing the installation. It's going to take a few minutes, and actually that was pretty quick. All right, so now it's located at internetsellingfornewbies.com/new. All right, so if I click that, we should be able to log in now. If we go to wp-admin at the back, it just installs like that default kind of thing. Okay, so now I've got my password still in my clipboard, right? But the login name that I used was Omar Martin, and I'm pasting that new password that I made. I'm going to click login, and now it just asked me, do I want to save my password? And I'm going to select yes. So Internet Selling for Newbies 2016 new. Okay, so I'm just going to click Save Login. I'm going to click Save Login here. And now WordPress is installed. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to install our theme. And like I mentioned in the first video, we use OptimizePress 2. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to OptimizePress. We're going to log in. And if you don't already have OptimizePress, what I recommend actually is you go to this website, uclickhere.com/op2. Maybe that's not it. It's uclickhere.info/op2. Yeah, and this is where you're going to get a cool bonus from me and John. If you don't already have OptimizePress, get it through our link, and you're going to get a bunch of bonuses from us. Okay, but I've already got OptimizePress, obviously. We are the #1 OptimizePress vendors in the world. Okay, we are their #1 affiliate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into the OptimizePress website. I am going to go OptimizePress to members area as soon as I can find it here. Optimize to support. How come I can't find it? Maybe it's not. Am I in the wrong account here? No, I'm in primary. So is it Optimize Hub?
OP. But just put OP.
That's OP1 members area. OP2. For some reason, it's gone from my thing here. So I'm just going to go to Optimize Hub. optimizehub.com, and it's logging me in this way. I guess the OP2 support. Is it the Melinda Martin account that we want to use? It's not? Which account is it?
It's Omar at High Level Strategies.
Okay, so let's see if this lets me in, and it doesn't.
Stand by.
Okay, so the account is actually Omar at higherlevelstrategies.com. Go ahead and type in this password and see if we can get in this way. And is it getting us in? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and save this as OP2 members area. We just had a new password assigned, so that's what happened there. Okay, so I'm going to click save that login. All right, so this is the website for OP2, and I'm not going to give you a tour of their site or tutorial or get very, very specific, because they have a very thorough training course inside of here. Tutorials here are awesome, okay? So if you want to become the master of Optimized Press, and if you think that you could ever one day be better than Melinda at this, you should go and watch all these tutorials. But I do want to mention, what?
Good luck.
Yeah, I do want to mention, you know what? You're so arrogant.
I am.
So anyway, I do want to mention the Clubhouse, all right? This is where I'm going to be downloading the theme. You can download it as a theme or a plugin. We're going to download the theme. We're going to be using this as a theme. Excuse me. But I do want to mention the Clubhouse, okay? Because in their Clubhouse, you have access to hundreds of pages, okay? They've got all different categories and all different types of templates. If you click here to browse the new templates that they have, you see they have business pages, landing pages, launch funnels, membership pages, other pages, sales pages, thank you pages, webinar pages, and it just, I mean, there are so many really awesome, beautifully designed templates. Plus, if you're developing your own pages or whatever, they've got icons, they've got stock photography, they've got background textures, they've got just so much stuff that you can grab from here, and it's just a very, very cool, just a really, really cool a library of stuff, including those site themes and those site templates and pages. That just makes it all worth it. But I'm going to go ahead and download the theme. Both of these, whether you're using the theme or the plugin. Now, the reason they give you both options is you can actually use Optimized Press with another theme. So, for example, if you're using another theme because you like the way that theme works and you're like a theme hoarder like Melinda is and you love that theme, but you still want to be able to build, like, let's say, a squeeze page or a webinar page the way Optimized Press does it, you can use that other theme as the default theme for WordPress and then install Optimized Press as a plugin and just create one or two of the pages using the Optimized Press plugin. So there's a lot of flexibility there. We're going to download it as the theme. So I'm just going to click here to download it, and I'm going to download it right to my desktop. And I will caution you on uploading this, okay? Now, because it is such a huge theme, you may have a hard time uploading it directly into WordPress. Okay, so let me go ahead and close Softaculous. We don't need Softaculous right now. But if we come over here to Appearance and then Themes, we can now click Add New. These are the default themes that come with it, right? So I can click on Add New, and I can click Upload a Theme, choose the file, and now I can find it right on my desktop. There's theme 2.5.4.2, which is the version that we're uploading. Now, there's every chance that I might do this and it might say, sorry, that is just too big of a file. And if that happens to you, and it depends on the settings in your hosting account, if that happens to you, or if for some reason it says, are you sure you want to do this? Please try again. Yeah, so you see we're having this problem right now. It's just not allowing me to upload this theme, okay? So what we're going to do is have to upload this theme manually. And I want to prepare you for how big this theme is. So the way that I'm going to upload it is I'm going to upload it using my FTP, okay? So I am going to go and connect to my Internet Selling for Newbies website using FTP. I'm using FileZilla to connect. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my public HTML, and I'm going to find that folder that I just installed WordPress in, which is called New. And within here, I'm going to go into WP Content, which stands for WordPress Content, and then I'm going to go into Themes. Okay, so now this is where all those themes are. Now over here on the left-hand side, I'm going to go to my desktop, and I need to find now my theme, and there's my theme. Now, I can't upload it in that zipped way that it is. I have to unzip it on my desktop first, okay? So I'm going to just double-click it in my case, and it's going to take a second to unzip, and there it is. Okay, so this is the unzipped one. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our desktop again, and that should appear now. And there's the Optimized Press theme, just the folder. Okay? And now what I want to do is I want to drag and drop right over here. I just want to put this right there. And it's going to start uploading the Optimized Press theme. Now, this thing has over 4,000 files. Right now it's 4,225 files. You can now take a break. You can go walk your dog, go make yourself a cup of coffee. This is going to take a while to upload. And when it's done uploading, we'll see that theme appear back over here on this themes page for WordPress. It'll be one of the themes. As you can see, it actually says it's already got the like the little image, what do you call that, a thumbnail or whatever, but it's not ready yet. It's not all uploaded. So while that's doing that, we can go and start doing the next thing, which is uploading wishlist members. So let's go grab our wishlist member plugin, because remember, it's the third of the trifecta of the three things that you need. You need WordPress, which we've already installed, and it's a platform, and now we're configuring it, right? We need Optimized Press, which we're currently in the process of uploading manually through FTP because the file is just too big to upload directly to WordPress through our current server settings. And then now the third part is Wishlist Member. We've got to go and grab that plugin. So we're going to go to Wishlist, and let's see if I remember. Hopefully I can just go to it right from my 1Password. Let's see if I can just type Wishlist Member here. And yeah, Wishlist Member members area. I actually have 2 accounts there, so I hope we can automatically log into one of those. And is it going to get me in? Is it going to work? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Get me in. And we're in! All right, so here we've got our courses, our software. This is all the stuff that we've got. So let's go to my software, and I can download Wishlist Member. I have an unlimited license, and I can click download. And now I'm downloading the latest version of Wishlist down to my desktop. So I'm going to click Save. And now Wishlist Member should be on my desktop, and there it is right here, as you can see. So what I'm going to do now is go back to my site, to my WordPress. And this is not a theme. Wishlist is a plugin. Okay, so we're going to come over here to Plugins, and there shouldn't be any plugins installed right now, just the default ones, which is Hello Dolly, which is, I don't know, stupid. I always just delete it. So delete that file. And Akismet, if you're going to be using your site as a blog, Akismet is a pretty good spam comment removal tool. You know, there's a lot of marketing companies and stuff out there that do spam comments in order to drop backlinks to their own site, which they think helps them with SEO, and in some cases it does. But anyway, Akismet helps you get rid of some of that stuff, but we're not going to delete it. We're just going to leave it there, and it's going to be inactive as it is right now. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to click on the Add New button, and you can click Add New here or Add New there. It doesn't matter. I'm going to click Add New, and what we're going to click now is Upload, and then we're going to choose a file, and I hope that this is the size of this plugin. Since we're uploading directly through WordPress, we don't have to unzip. So I'm going to click Open. And then I'm going to click Install Now. Hopefully, the size of this plugin, it agrees with Wishlist, and it lets us install. And it says installing the plugin. It says it was installed successfully. Let's go ahead and activate the plugin. The plugin is there now. Okay, so we've got our wish list and it's activated. And now what we want to do is let's go and check if how our site is doing here. Let's go see how our upload process is. Whoa, we still have 3,500 files to upload before we could start working on our configurations. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the interest of saving time here, not making this too long, is I'm going to go ahead and just pause the video, and I'll pick this back up when this is a little closer to completion. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and it'll be seamless for you, but I'm going to pause for a little while right now. Okay, so we're in the final stretch here. We're down to 70, actually less than 70 files left for it to upload, and then our Optimized Press theme should be completely installed. We've already got wishlist in there. We've already got WordPress. So then there's just a couple of basic configurations we're going to do now. We're going to do the rest of them in the following videos, but we're going to do a very basic, very important integration. There are a lot of things that you can integrate your website with, but one of the most important ones is going to be your autoresponder, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So, all right, this is done installing, and now we should be able to go to Appearance, Themes, and here we go. So now we should be able to click Activate this theme. And okay, so it says that there is an API key missing, or it's invalid. So what we need to do now is we need to go back over here to our Optimized Press site, and we need to grab an API key. Okay, so if I go to licensing, I should already have one actually for internet selling for newbies. But what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this one. And I've got a lot of API keys here. You should have a bunch yourself. I'm going to go ahead and just paste that API key here. Click Save Settings, and that should recognize my API key, and then it should, make sure that it is, make sure it's legit. I have a legit license. And boom, now we've got Optimized Press. It's activated now. If we go back over here and we refresh these keys, it should say Internet Selling for Newbies on there. There it is, internetsellingfornewbies.com/new has been registered there. So, okay. So now, you see, this is what I love about, Optimized Press. Look at all the pages it's already got built in, and you can just go and select these pages, these squeeze pages, for example, landing pages, sales pages, thank you pages. I love it. I love that you can do that already. But we're not going to be setting up the pages in this video. I do, however, want to go over to my Optimized Press dashboard. So right here on the left-hand side, I'm going to just click Dashboard. And I'm going to come to Email Marketing Services. And there's a lot of different things that you can integrate, but I recommend Aweber, as you know. And it says Aweber is not connected, so I'm going to click Connect. And the moment I click Connect, it's going to log me into my Aweber account. It's going to say Aweber is saying, hey, sign in and give Optimized Press access to my Aweber account. I'm going to click Allow Access, and boom. That's how easy it is to integrate Aweber. Now, the cool thing about doing that is that when making squeeze pages with Optimized Press, now remember, we've integrated with the theme with Optimized Press. We haven't integrated Aweber with Wishlist, the plugin, right? We haven't done any settings yet for Wishlist. Okay, we could see Wishlist members here down at the bottom, but we haven't done any of the settings for that yet. We'll be doing that in another video. We've integrated Aweber with the theme. Now, we can also integrate Aweber here with Wishlist, and we're going to be doing that later. There's a section here that says integration, and for the email, you can go over here to autoresponder. And once you're in autoresponder, you can go and let me just take that. Okay. Please enter wishlist product key. Oh, we haven't activated wishlist yet. Oh, forgot about that. So let's go and actually grab our key, and we need to integrate that. I forgot all about it. So I think we do that over here. Is this where we get our key? Use credits, buy credits, tutorial, download. Okay, this is everywhere that I've installed it. Okay, so this is where you get your key. This is the email that we use. Okay, and then this is where you show your license key. And let me go ahead and pop my email into, let's go ahead and activate this. So I'm putting in my email there. And let me go ahead, and I'll have to block this out later. Copy that. And I'll black it out when I do the video. And I'm going to just click and save that license information. Okay, so now we're good. Okay, so let me just go now and go over, show you what I meant by, if you go to integration over here now, we notice this is the first time you're using Wishlist Member. Would you like to use the setup wizard? No, I don't. And what I want to do is integrate the autoresponder. And we could select here the autoresponder provider, which is Aweber. And we could set the autoresponder provider like that. And now you're going to get a couple of messages here, right? So it's going to say there haven't been any members added yet. It's going to say your autoresponder has been changed, and it's going to say the regular Aweber integration is now deprecated. It is strongly recommended that you use the API. And the API is a little bit different, okay? And you can watch this integration video. We're going to get into this a little bit more later when we start setting up our site. But I wanted to explain basically in this video that there's a difference between integrating your autoresponder with the theme, which is Optimized Press, which allows you to make squeeze pages that collect name and email information from your members and from your prospects and your leads, and it's totally different when you integrate your wish list, which takes your members that have joined one of your membership levels and it adds them to a list as well. So you could actually create a different list in your autoresponder for each membership level, and I actually recommend that you do that. And the other way that you can actually add members to your list is using JVZoo, which is the payment processor. So you can actually add members to your list 3 different ways. You can add them with Optimized Press, you can add them with JVZoo, like I just mentioned, and you can add them through Wishlist. And depending on what you're doing and what kind of configuration and how you want your site to work, you could use any combination of those or maybe just use one way, but I did want to point out that there is a difference, okay? And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and, let's just recap really quick here. We've installed WordPress. We've installed Optimized Press. If we go right, we haven't set up any of our pages yet. Okay, so if we go to Optimized Press, internetsellingfornewbies.com/new, we'll see the default Optimized Press page. And this is basically saying, hey, finish setting up your blog or activate your blog, or, it's basically telling us you've installed Optimized Press, you've installed, WordPress, and you haven't set it up yet. And this is fine. This is exactly where we want to be at this stage of the game. So with that, we're going to move into the next video where we're going to start talking about setting things up, setting up your pages and things like that. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.